What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction. Back with some more Irving Berlin, as performed in this case by Ken Thorne and his orchestra. This comes from the Magical World of Melody, provided by Kim. Big shout out to you. And I've noticed there are small breaks between the particular parts to this suite, but it's presented as a suite, and they essentially flow from one into another, though again with very short breaks in between. So I think we're going to listen to a theme that is called here Easter Parade. In the moment, I'm forgetting the name of the film this comes from, but I remember, making sure that I was queuing it up to the right point. I was poking around online earlier, and I think it comes from a film. In fact, my internet computer is probably still open. Okay, so As Thousands Cheer is apparently what this is from. Nevertheless, this is an instrumental performance, so if there's a later, or indeed in the film, if there are vocals, they are not present here. But yes, I'm curious. Irving Berlin, again, it's a name I've known for a long time. Obviously, I'm a couple days late. If I had realized there was a track, or at least a composition entitled Easter Parade, I would have tried to get it in a couple days ago. Nevertheless, let's give it a listen. This is Irving Berlin and a composition titled here Easter Parade, performed by Ken Thorne and his orchestra. See, again, there is a pause there, but it's very brief, and it just immediately rolls into the next one, which the next one is Blue Skies, which I feel like I have heard a vocal version of that before, including, I believe, Data singing it in a Star Trek film, but that's beside the point. Yes, so it's a lovely little piece. I like especially the muted brass that I think we hear. And of course there's a fuller brass section, and then, those big sweeping strings, those light chimes or bells. I'm not quite sure what particular instrument that element is, but it's a nice little accent on the larger sweeping sonics, a little meandering piano, of course the almost jazz style, lightly played drums, although in a couple points they flourish with a bit of gusto. So yeah, it almost sounds like a conversation a composition where the instruments are talking to each other like a conversation. They're, one instrument section says a phrase and then it's replied to a little bit louder by another part of the orchestra. It just has a calm musicians talking to each other through their instruments type of feel to it. It's light, it's breezy, it's fun. So again, I have not seen, what was it, As Thousands Cheer? I've already forgotten. Yeah, As Thousands Cheer. So I've never seen that, so I have no context and I don't know who sings on this. But in either case, I do think it's a lovely instrumental, even if a vocal version perhaps, gives more clues as to what this musical conversation is about, so to speak. Nevertheless, thank you again to Kim for providing this large compilation, which there's so much music on it, as well as on the great band era that we've been going through. So big thank you to you once again. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.